Okay, the Polo GT and the Kylaq. You drove it both back to back.
Yeah.
What is the better car to drive?
Look, I don't think driving back to back would have made any difference because the Polo GT that we got, it had coilovers, it had 17-inch wheels, it had wider Redstein tires. That thing was it handled like mad. Like I chucked it into a corner, no squeal from the tire. The lateral loads that it was pulling was insane. Those coilovers make a massive difference. The steering was so heavy because they had such fat tires on the front wheel. You know, it had been taken to another level. So we had got this car from our friends at the Polo GT club in Mumbai. Those guys are hardcore. They're hardcore Polo fans. And the amount of research that they do about the Polo is insane. Like they were telling me they weigh tires to see how much unsprung weight they're adding to the car. They weigh alloy wheels. You know, they know exactly what they're doing to their cars, how much they're tweaking it. It's incredible the level of detail that they obsess about their Polo. So a lot of work had gone into that Polo that I drove. So it obviously handled at another level compared to the Kylaq. But I think back to back, if I had to dig through my files in my head and go back to where the Polo was, I think the Polo, it was very nimble, very darty, but it was also soft and it used to roll. I think the Kylaq also rolls. It rolls maybe more like at extreme lateral loads. It's maybe at a more angle of roll, but I think the way it gets to that roll is a lot more controlled.
More progressive.
Yes, it's more progressive. The steering feels very direct in the Kylaq. Also, remember the Polos had very vague steering. They were, you felt nothing out of them. The Kylaq is similar, but I somehow felt like, okay, you're feeling a little bit.
And that's the development of the MQB platform over the PQ25, which was the Polo platform. So obviously engineers do learn more and more. And then whether it is more expensive cars or your base cars, all of that engineering does go into modern vehicles. Every modern vehicle is engineered to a higher standard than your old cars. So okay, I won't put you on the mat, but it looks like the Kylaq drives almost as well and almost as pleasurable as the Polo.
It's very hard to say. I'd have to honestly drive an old Polo and this back to back because the last time I drove a Polo also was 5 years ago. So it's been a while. But when you're in the Kylaq, you don't feel like you're making a compromise. What do you want from a car? You want a car to egg you on. You want a car to say, yes, let's go a little bit faster around the next corner. Let's try a little bit more around the next corner. I won't bite. Let's get there together. And the Kylaq does that. You know, it urges you to drive a little bit harder. When you reach the limits, understeer. Okay, you'll first hear the tires, then it starts descending into understeer. The front wheels, you too feel that lightness before it starts understeering. So it's very communicative.
It talks to you.
And that gives you a lot of confidence to push it hard. The engine's also lovely. So you like, when you're getting out of a corner, get back onto the throttle, use that torque in the mid-range that lovely TSI engine has. You want to push that Kylaq harder. And I said this in my video as well. Whether the absolute limits of the car are lower than the Polo, higher than the Polo, are irrelevant. When you're in the Kylaq, you're having fun. That's what matters, right?
Yeah.